But what's happened because of this is that Nepal has stopped sending its Gorkhas to the Indian army because for Nepal uh, and its citizens, serving in the Indian army was a life long sure guarantee of financial backing,
Yeah.
financial support. Sorry, if I'll correct myself. With the Agniveer scheme, what Nepal fears, I think justifiably so, is that once these soldiers, 75% of them who return, who will not be inducted into the Indian army forever, then who supports them? What do they do? Who ensures the financial stability for them? Stuff like that. Last I checked, I think discussions are still ongoing between the two countries about how to resolve this impasse. And there was also reports that China is sort of kind of taking this, looking to take advantage of the situation by sort of coming into the picture and saying,
Yeah.
"Hey, come with us. We'll give you what India used to give you." So two tangents over here, Major. One, the real practical aspect of what happens, or is it big of a loss it is for the Indian army with Nepal's Gorkhas not coming into the army for the last couple of years. Second, what we said at the beginning of this episode, we will not go into the policy and stuff like that. But I want to go to the policy and the larger strategic impact and the worry of China actually sort of taking advantage of this.
Yeah. So, firstly, to be very honest, it will be a loss. We get phenomenal soldiers from there. And if we stop that recruitment, I mean, yes, over the time, you fill the gap with whatever best resources you have. We have Indian Gorkhas also. It's not like they are any less, right? But if you have, I mean, why break something which is working all right?
Yes.
That kind of thing. And this pension liability, which you spoke about for the Treasury, for the government of India, we send thousands of crores to Nepal also every year
Yes.
because there are hundreds and thousands of soldiers who are who are
Yes.
drawing pensions there, right? So again, not to get into politics, not to get into finance, all that thing. I personally felt that the real impact of any scheme is visible. Let it run one course,
True.
right? Let's actually see how this works. You even if you buy a equipment, right, you actually see how it works for some time and then you pass on a judgment. So again, I'm neither an expert or part of manpower in the army headquarters, not politician, but I would say that maybe government in its wisdom did something. The Nepalese took their decision, but very recently the conversation is have gone in a very positive direction, and there is some midway being discussed upon, and the recruitment should start again. And till that time, we are taking Gorkhas, Indian Gorkhas, and that's actually filling the number quite all right. And as far as China is concerned, uh, it is a very real and persistent threat. But as much as I know, even Nepalese are not too keen joining their army.
Yes,
Chinese have a different culture altogether.
Yes.
Right? They align mentally, they align, socially very well with Indians,
Yes,
and that's how
correct.
we have such great bonding. Right? Chinese cannot do that.
Yep.
So while for career and money some might join, but fine, you can't stop that.
Yeah.
But overall, you and I, when we join our jobs, right, there's an element of this is what I want to do, right? If I have two choices, it's the same thing. Once the recruitment happens, that threat is kind of, I wouldn't say totally mitigated, but can be put it in place for some while. So that China thing is real. I know, we all know that. But I think a good political dialogue should resolve the recruitment process.
Yeah, I quite like the point you made about the cultural differences, because I think this is something that I discussed previously with somebody as well, that it's not as simple as China just opening the floodgates, saying, putting out an application, log chale jayenge, because like you said, it's just culturally very very different. Also because you also Gorkha also they're also very very loyal, and they've had decades of an association with India, so it's not it's just like at the drop of a hat they'll just sort of just align themselves with China.